Hi there, thank you so much for coming to our show today, and I really am so excited to come all the way from Art Skillet on the far east side of Indianapolis, and today we have
Stan Rice.
And tell me about your car, your motorcycle, and Jose here.
Oh yeah, well this motorcycle here, what you're looking at is a 2002 Fat Boy. It's been bored and stroked. It's from a 88 cubic inch to a 103 cubic inch, and this bird right here has been riding with me in a big truck since 2003. So
2003? Are you serious?
Serious as a crutch.
Now, tell me what. Oh, he's smiling at me. Hi, Jose.
Yeah.
Can he talk?
He only talks when I catch him doing something wrong or if he wants something, you know. And then, you know, it's like trying to distract me. Don't look at me. I tore this up, but look, you know, that type of thing. You know, I'm over here. Don't look at this. You know.
So he's been on the road with you for a long time.
Yeah, he rides in a big truck with me too. He's getting to do things that people dream to do. He's living the dream.
Is he?
Yeah.
What kind of states has Jose seen?
Do what now?
The states. Where's he been?
He's been pretty much in all of them, but he hasn't been in the Northeast. I don't go any further in Pennsylvania, and but yeah, pretty much all of them after that. You know, Washington. He hasn't been in California because truck's not allowed because of the carbs law over there.
Right.
Yeah.
Now tell me about this beautiful car that you have right here. Your motorcycle, your Harley. Now tell me about the history of it and where you got it, and how long have you had it?
Actually, I've had it about a month. A friend of mine, he says, "Hey Stan, you got to look at this bike." I said, I don't know. I got enough bikes as it is. He goes, nah, you really got to have one. I'd sell this bike of mine if I could get that one, you know. He says, at least promise me you'll go down there and you'll look at the bikes. I said, okay, I promise you I will. So I went down there and I looked at the bike, and the guy told me what it had, and I, you know, asked him a few questions here and there, and started looking at it, and he says, well, I guess I'm getting another bike.
Right.
So this thing I put in the trailer when I get my freight and everything, and whenever I come to a place like Indiana, you know, and I'll take it out and go riding around and see things. And this weekend I just happened to be hitting a car show. You know,
what a miracle! I'm so glad you found found us. Look at you. I could fall in love with that guy.
Oh yeah, he is. He's a magnet. You know, everybody loves him. You know, he goes to gun shows, flea markets, malls, Mardi Gras, bike runs. He does it all. He's just a party.
What does he do? Does he sleep in the hotel with you, or you stay in your truck?
We stay in a truck. You know, you pay so much for a truck. That's your hotel.
Right,
yeah.
Right.
You know.
Absolutely.
But yeah, he stays in the truck. He likes to ride on top of the cage. You know, every once in a while he wants to get back in the sleeper and wrestle around with me a little bit.
But home is Texas, right? Is that where you get your mail?
Yes, Pottsboro, Texas. Yeah, that's where I get my mail. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, thank you for coming all the way from Texas to talk to us. Now, do you want to tell me a little bit more about this, about your color, and about any kind of a history? Has it been ridden by? It was a 2002.
It's 2002, and this bike was originally bought by a woman, and she spec'd it out, put everything on there, all the you know, bells, whistles, and lights and everything. She's put over here. You got these two infinity mirrors, which is on the carburetor and on the nose cone, which I didn't even know that they made those. They're only about this thick, but it looks like, you know, there's space going all the way through the motor and all. It's got its lights on it. I just think it was a pretty bike, so I had to cough up the cash for it.
Awesome.
I'm proud to own it, actually. You know, and a lot of people, I don't know if they're taking a video of the bike or the bird when I'm going down the road, but there's a lot of videos around Indianapolis.
Really? I'm sure it's probably the bike.
Yeah. Maybe it's
nothing like a Harley.
Probably the driver.
Right, absolutely. Awesome. Do you have a family in Texas, or am I allowed to ask about that?
Yeah, my family's in Texas. Yeah, the bulk of my family is.
Where's your mom?
She lives down in Sealy, Texas, which is west of Houston.
Right.
Yeah.
Are you close to Houston?
Do what now?
Are you close to Houston?
No, I live north of Dallas, up on the Texas-Oklahoma border, a lake called Lake Texoma.
Tell me about this hat you have there.
Oh, this, I seen a leather hat kind of like this in Florida back in 2006, and I thought, you know, I'd like to have one of those, but they wanted so much money for it.
Right.
I thought, well, I'll go down to Tandy Leather Company and I'll just go ahead and buy me, you know, the leather, and I started cutting the patterns out and built it. The band on here is a kid's belt that I got from the resale barn in Pottsboro, Texas.
Really?
And then the conchos you see are actual U.S. coins. And then the flag that's on the side, a friend of mine that passed away gave me that, so of course I ride it. And then I got the sitting ladies because the trucker thing, and of course I got Jose's Lucky Feathers back there. And that's pretty much about it.
What's your friend's name that passed away?
His name was John Lavender. Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for telling us about your vehicle, and we're going to have some more stories, more people that we're going to talk to in just a minute. Back to you. All right, thank you so much for coming to our show. And today I'm interviewing John, who usually is the father of Elwood, but today who do you have with you?
This is Rhiannon.
This is Rhiannon. All right, well, I'm a Fleetwood Mac fan. Tell me.
What she's named after.
Right.
This is a Fleetwood d'Elegance, and I was trying to come up with a cool name. I thought, well, Stevie Nicks is kind of elegant, and I don't name the car Stevie because my cat's Stevie Ray from Stevie Ray Vaughan, so Rhiannon.
Right, awesome. Well, tell us about Rhiannon. Tell us about this beautiful Cadillac. What year is it?
This is a 1988 Cadillac Fleetwood d'Elegance, and I found it on Craigslist and got it basically for a song, and it only had 58,000 miles on it when I got it.
You appear to be a Cadillac man. What is it about Cadillacs that you love?
They're Cadillacs. I mean, they're the best to be.
Say no more.
It's when people say this is the Cadillac of whatever,
right?
And that it's a symbol of elegance.
Right. Awesome. All right. Well, thank you for showing off your car. Hope you win something today. Back to you. All right, back to you. Thank you so much for coming to our car show today, and just another episode on the YouTube channel. And here we have what I think is one of the most amazing cars of the year. And Terry, tell us about your car.
Well, it's a 1973 Plymouth Barracuda. We restored it from the ground up. Just got it back this year, and we've been showing it ever since.
Showing it? You've been stealing those Best in Show trophies all year long, haven't you?
I've got a few of them.
Yeah.
I've got a few.
Now, tell us a little bit about that restoration. Well, number one, I love the color. And tell me why you chose that color and about the history of your restoration.
Well, when we first got it, we were just going to use it as a driver, and we started going to shows, and we just had more fun, and we wanted to upgrade it, so we opened up Pandora's box and ended up doing a full restoration on it.
What was the very first thing you did?
The very first thing we did, we cut the roof off of it. And then the rocker panels, and it just went from there. But we were lucky it didn't have a whole lot of rust on it, so it wasn't a basket case when we started.
Who did your work for you? I know you do a little bit of body work, but who did the majority of everything?
It is a motorcycle shop, custom motorcycle shop here in Indy. It's called Street Dreams Indy, and they are just amazing. They do some of the best work you'll ever see.
Now, how long did it take them to paint it?
The body work and paint and everything was just a little over a year.
Really?
Yeah.
Am I allowed to ask how much you spent on paint?
Oh, the paint alone?
Just buying the paint, not the labor.
About $4,000.
That's what I would think. Yeah, awesome. Well, I grew up in a body shop. My dad was one of the founders of Miner's Body Shop, as you know, and he had a little body shop right down the street, Mark's Body Shop, and I know the hard work that goes into painting a car, so I can only imagine. But I know when I was a little girl, paint would cost us $75, and he about fell over at that. Yeah. So I just love this car. I love everything about this car. I love the color, and, I'm now a new fan of Mopar.
Yeah, me too. That's my first Mopar, so.
Really?
Always wanted one, and we just fell into this one, and
But you have other cars at home?
We've got a 55 Thunderbird that we show sometimes, and yeah.
And you're a family man too. I know you got a beautiful wife, and you have other cars at home too, right?
Yeah, I've got the 55 T-Bird. Yeah. So.
Awesome. Well, I love this car, and thank you for letting us show it off on my YouTube channel.
Sure enough.
Back to you. Thank you so much for coming to our car show today, and I am so excited with Bob Patton here. He's just a classic car owner, but he has his dream car. And tell us a little bit about your dream car, this beautiful Chevy right here.
It's a 1955 Chevy 210. The first one I seen, I was 6 years old. My aunt's boyfriend had one, and I always wanted one, and didn't know it was going to take this long, but I had a Nova that I had for 16 years, and I gave it up so I could get to his.
Right. I know your Nova. That Nova was just an all original, had everything in it too. But tell me about this Chevy. I mean, when I think of this, you know what I think of? I think of Happy Days.
Yeah.
Really?
It's the guy I bought it from lived in Canby, and he'd bought it in Texas about 11 years ago. But he had a lot of health problems. That's the reason he sold it. And I've done a few things to it. I'm going to do a few more things. And
wow.
Personalizing it.
Am I allowed to walk over and look at the car? Look, I'm just fascinated with this. Of course, you know my dad was a body man, but these are the kind of cars, when I was little, I was watching TV shows, and these were the cars that were in the shows I would watch. Kind of like the scary shows, because I like that. look at this. This is awesome. Look at this beautiful paint. Do you have a name for this paint?
Oh, no, it's just a candy red, they call it.
Candy apple red?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's
yeah.
I got the name of the car on the back window.
Paradise?
Yeah.
Right.
Paradise Road.
Right.
Graffiti.
That's beautiful.
That's from my favorite movie.
Now, is it? This isn't your daily driver, though, right?
No, it's not a daily driver. Just nice day driver.
Yeah, right. A Sunday afternoon drive.
Yeah.
I'm still waiting on a ride.
Okay.
You promised me a ride in this car.
Yeah, and even if there's not a show, I'll get it out, take it for a drive. Just,
Good. Right.
So I love driving.
Yeah.
it.
Do a lot of people honk at you and
Oh,
stuff like that?
Yeah, I get a lot of people and get people telling me, when they were young, this was their first car, and I've let people sit in and get their picture taken.
Right. I bet.
And,
1955. What was big in the news then?
oh man, I'm not really for sure.
Right. All right.
I know I did research, and brand new, the car was $1,800 when it was brand new. But
Wow.
my stepdad said in '55 they thought that was a lot of money in '55.
Awesome. Right.
Yeah. But I just love the car. I just can't believe I finally got my dream car.
I know. It's beautiful. Well, I think it's a beautiful car.
Thank you.
All right. Well, thank you. Back to you. Thank you so much for coming to our car show today. We have Jim here with, I would have to say, this is the most intriguing car of the day. This is a French car, and tell me a little bit about the Citroen.
It's Citroen. If you were in French, you'd have to pout. Go Citroen.
Help teach me. Citroen.
Yes, Citroen.
This is a Citroen.
It is a 1970 DS21. They started this body style in '56 and carried it through '74 with just some mechanical changes and a little bit of the steering. It's got turning headlights. It's got hydraulic suspension. It doesn't have a brake pedal. It's got a brake button. And it's got cushions that are about 6 inches thick for your derriere as you sit in the car. It's got wonderful upholstery. It's all front-wheel drive. And they made millions of them. They were a very common car in France at the time. We all kind of like vehicles from our high school years. This is a 1970. It was at the
What year did you graduate high school?
69.
Okay, awesome.
And at the end of the Vietnam War, if you were watching this peace talks in Paris, they were driving around in these cars. There's a movie out now called All the Money in the World. It's about the Getty kidnapping. They drive Citroens if you're interested in seeing another one.
Awesome. I love it. I love everything about this car. Now, you've owned it for 30
Over
years?
30 years, yeah.
30 years? What, just in your garage?
Yeah, for the
You
most
take this
part.
to Walgreens and Walmart?
On occasion, I used to. It stays in the winter. It stays in the garage all winter, and when spring comes, it gets exercised and goes. It has. Let me start it up for you, and you can see the
Okay.
changing of the hydraulics.
Oh, wow. Okay.
They did aluminum here, fiberglass here to keep down the weight.
I don't believe what I'm seeing. That's amazing. That's incredible. I'm just blown away by this car. Now, what happens when you need to do a repair?
You have to look at the manuals. They got excellent manuals with a lot of pictures and a lot of.
Are you doing the repairs yourself, or do you have to get parts in France?
I get some stuff from France, but lots of stuff from the West Coast and the East Coast.
Wow, that's incredible.
But it's pretty easy to maintain. There's no once the hydraulics are set up, unless you have a leaky pipe at home, you're good.
Right.
So.
Awesome. Well, can I ask what you do for a living?
I'm retired. I was a healthcare worker. I worked in teaching respiratory therapy to nursing home clinicians.
Wow, that's incredible. But you lived in Indianapolis for
Pretty
30
much
years?
my whole life, yeah.
What high school did you go to?
Buff,
Right.
up when it was Route 100.
Now, when you go to your reunions, do you take this car?
They are in either New York or Pennsylvania, and I used to go, but the last time on the flatbed was enough that it gave me some mechanical problems, and I'm a little wary of taking it another 600 miles.
So you grew up in New York?
Pardon me?
Where did you grow up?
I grew up in Indianapolis, probably within 5 miles of where I live now.
Well, thank you for coming to my car show. I am blessed today.
We're good.
Back to you. Today, I know we have a couple of fellows that have left on us because they had other plans, but I always do something at every single show. I like to honor our veterans. So if you were a veteran in any branch of the service, whether it's Army, Navy, Air Force, Coast Guard, please come forward because we have a medal for you.
And this is her game.
This is her game. Okay.
It is. Type that under YouTube. We only have 2. Did you get one for your friend?
Not yet.
Take that for now.
Take that for him. Mail that for him.
Your Air Force and your Navy.
How long did you play?
We have a couple of awards, and if you were any kind of a military serviceman, I really would like you to come forward.
I was 7 years in the Air Force.
And we have someone from the Navy right here
Played hockey.
with his bird. Brian, please tell us about your service to your country.
Okay, I was in the Air Force for 7 years, and I played hockey on the academy team. And I was trained to work on the stealth bomber, and yes, I've flown in it before. And you can ask me anything you want to know about it, I'll tell you. Any question, go ahead and ask.
How much does a bomb weigh?
It's classified.
That's going to be your answer. All right. Here's a question. What did your mother think when you enlisted?
She was very proud of me.
I was
Awesome.
appointed.
I was appointed by Senator Mayor Richard Lugar when he was back here in Indianapolis.
I remember him. Anybody in Indianapolis remembers Lugar?
Oh, yeah.
Awesome. Well, I'm proud of you, and we're going to give this to you.
It's a gold medal. Usually I get an aluminum
Your
medal.
smile for our YouTube channel.
Smile and say cheeseburger.
All right.
Cheeseburger.
Can we all give him a hand and thank him for his service to our country?
Yay!
There's a hand.
Thank you.
Thank you. No worries, I'd do it again if I had to.
Awesome.
Yeah. I wish I could do it again.
Right?
Oh, I know I could.
All right.
Stand.
Mr. Harley Davidson driver. Tell us about your service to your country. You were in the United States Navy. What years?
I was in the Navy from 1980 to 86. I joined the Navy because at the time we thought we was going to go to war with Iran or Reagan, was getting in office and all. And I thought, well, I better do my part. I worked on F-4 Phantoms as an aviation electronics, avionics, AT. And
Yes, that's me.
now a motorcycle rider down here at the car show.
I think you, hands down, are the most interesting entrant of the day. So I'm going to give this, and could everyone please give this man a hand? If you can hear me, give this man a hand for his service to the United States Navy. Thank you for your service. And am I allowed to put this on Jose, or will he freak out?
We'll see what happens.
Is he going to bite me?
Nah.
One time, I used to work for Channel 8, and one time I had a dog on the show. He was my guest with his owner, and the dog snubbed me the entire show. He just stood like that the whole time. At least he didn't pee on me. Okay, Jose, we're going to do this really gently because your daddy served his country.
There you go.
Here, you do it.
Okay. Yeah, if he bites you, we'd have to get you a Purple Heart with me.
Right.
Come on, you want to go for it? Go do it. He don't know about it. He thinks it's like a useless arms. Good
All
job.
right, can we get a picture of that?
There you go.
Yeah.
Thank you, Jose. You're a good boy.
He's like
I need a bird now. He's adorable.
Yeah, he's a lot of fun.
He is? He is. All right, thank you. Thank you for your service.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming to my show. And I like that slang, y'all.
Thank you. All right. There you go, Jose.
I know this is a little bit early and we haven't officially started the awards program, but I have an award that I usually give it away at the awards program at 3. We've had a couple people call and they're still trying to find us. So, but I have an award that it just screams that this is the winner. So I'm going to go ahead and give this away right now. Could I have, I know Carol messed up a couple of the numbers, but car number 8, the car from France. What do you guys, can you come forward? Monsieur? I took French in high school.
Carol, did you want James Bond for that? Carol?
Now when you get this trophy, I want you to go out and show it off to all your peers today, because I promise you, you've not won this anywhere else. I took French in 9th grade with Mrs. Taylor at Christian Junior High School, which is about 2 miles from here.
Bonjour.
Bonjour, monsieur. You know, I still remember the poem I had to remember. Yes, the poem was called Repertoire au Barbarin. I don't even know what that means. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Je m'appelle Carol. Oh, no. In school, my name was Je m'appelle Brigitte.
Chevrolet Coupe.
Whatever, sure. Okay, you have won the best car that could be in a James Bond movie. And you were showing off your stuff out there, all right? Are you surprised?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
All right. Here, hold this, and I want you to show all your friends.
Where's my friends? Here we are.
Wait, we got video over here.
We got it? Oh, we got it all directions. Photographs.
Your car is brand new. This is my 25th car show, and your car is absolutely, when you say that, Davey, this car fits the most intriguing, because I've not seen one do the kind of things like that. So I love your car. Thank you for coming to my show, and I want you to go home and watch a James Bond movie tonight. Do you have a wife or family waiting on you when you get home?
Maybe.
Maybe, okay.
I don't know if she's home or not.
All right, all right. Well, I want you to send me a picture of your wife holding that plaque, and I want you to email it to me.
Gotcha.
All right, thank you so much for coming to our show.
It was great.
Go show your friends the plaque.
All right.
Be the best car that could be in an episode of the let's start over. This car is the trophy for the best car that could be in an episode of the Untouchables TV show. And since Carol messed up the registration and 5 is 6 and 7 is 8 and 8 might be 6, I'm just going to call you out by your red Terraplane. You have won the best car that could be in an episode of the Untouchables. I think you're number 5. 5A or 5B. The Hudson. The owner of the Hudson. Are you surprised?
Yes. I am.
Like that?
Oh, yeah.
Elliot Ness. I'm not going to say anymore.
I'm not surprised now. Well, thank you very much.
No, your car is very I love your car. I'd like to have your car. And you know, my mom owned a body shop after my dad died, and she just would have squealed at that.
Thank you very much.
Elliot Ness would be very proud of you in more ways than one.
Thank you very much.
Thank
Appreciate
you.
it.
I hope you like it.
Oh,
You know, I'm different with my trophies. Thank you. Give him a hand. Make sure and come up and look at his trophies. I get very custom trophies. Hello, thank you for coming to our car show today, and we are at Art Skillet, one of the most amazing restaurants on the east side of Indianapolis, and all of Indianapolis, because there's 2 of them, and I'm so excited to bring you this car show from Art Skillet. He has amazing food. His skillets are just off the hook awesome. If you like eggs, if you like pancakes, if you like hamburgers, if you like french fries, if you like to eat it all, you will love it right here at Art Skillet. And he is a proud sponsor of my car shows. This is our second show that we've done here, actually the third one. The very first YouTube show that I ever did was right here in this parking lot. And I'm so excited to promote this young man. He's a new entrepreneur. And do you want to talk to us about, is that your boss? Can you give us a couple of words?
There's no English.
Oh, no English. Well, do you like Art Skillet?
Yes, I'm working here. Look.
Let's look at that. You can't ask for anything better. You know, we can still talk. I don't speak any Spanish either. Tell me about your boss.
Good. Excellent boss.
Excellent boss. Well, tell me about the food.
Good.
Tell me about the service.
Oh, excellent service.
And what is your name?
Marcela.
See, you understand me. There's no communication barrier. Now, what do people order the most? When they come here to eat, when they're lined up today, what do they order?
Skillet, skillet plate and
what's on the skillet?
Potato, chorizo. That's a good food. Excellent.
I know. I can smell it from here. Thank you.
Thank you.
Back to you. Thank you so much for watching our show. Back to you. And you took a stone and took out Goliath. Because your name is Dave. When my little boy was little, I'd sing, "Only one named David." Dave Peters with that hot Camaro. What's that say?
Like show best Fast and Furious movie car.
Best car that could be in an episode of the movie Fast and Furious.
Beat you.
With the Camaro. He's in the Untouchables.
Yeah, but I'm better.
Right. All right, do you like that?
I love it.
All right.
Thank you.
You know, you guys, I grew up, my dad was a body man, and we had 42 Mustangs in the backyard, and y'all are starting to convince me to maybe think about a Camaro or a Mopar. All right, can we give him a hand? He's got a rocking car. That's one of my favorite trophies.
You got a clap for me. Thank you. Here's my hand.
Show that to your son. His son races at the speed room. Thank you for coming to our car show today, and we are back here on the east side of Indianapolis where I grew up. I went to Warren Central High School, and we are here at Art Skillet, and we're with the owner. What is your name?
Art Ugaldi.
And you have an amazing restaurant. I love your restaurant. I love your food. It's just so yummy. But tell us a little bit about your history and how long you've been here.
Well, we've been in business about 30 years. But Art Skillet was started on 2012 on the city of Lawrence. This is our second location. We're planning to open more Art Skillets in the future. As it is now, we specialize on breakfast and lunch. We open at 6 a.m. and we close at 4 p.m. daily.
That's awesome. Well, we love your restaurant. I love the community here. I love the way the people talk about you and how good your food is. You've got quite a reputation, and we're just flattered that you could host us here to have this car show. Do you see any cars that you like today?
Well, I love the red one over there.
That Hudson Terraplane?
Yes, it's a beautiful car. It's just the color, the way it looks, the way I would love to drive it one day.
Yeah, did you hear that? Can he hear me? He would like to drive that Terraplane. The owner of Art Skillet? He's a police officer. He loves your car.
Oh, good.
He wants to drive it.
I was wondering if you can give him away. Can give away your car. I'll be the one.
He'll trade you some pancakes. All right. Did you all like the food here today? I want you all to promise me when you're taking your wife or your girlfriend out to eat, you're going to come here. You're going to give this young man your business? All right. We love you, and we love you. Can we give him a hand? Because we all tromped in here, dirtied up his restrooms. I guess I owe you some toilet paper. I know most of these guys. A lot of these are repeat customers who come to my car shows, and they're great guys, aren't they?
Yes.
And we love your cars.
For coming in. Great to have you today. Love to see you back again by yourself, with your family, with your friends.
Right,
so.
and might be back in the spring with some more hot rods, right?
Oh yeah, all right.
All right, back to you. Now I'm gonna cry. I know you don't know me, but these guys do. If you look at your dash plaques, that's my mom. I grew up in a body shop. My dad was one of the founding body men at Miner's Body Shop. And we had a body shop right down the street here. It's called Mark's Body Shop. My dad had a heart attack when I was 2nd grade. And you have won the Roxy's Choice because Roxy would like your car and she'd want to ride. And you know what else Roxy would do? Roxy would make you go to church. And she'd make sure that you were saved and you were going to heaven before she left. But she was the best. You go to church anywhere?
Yeah.
Where do you go? Eastern Star? Oh my God, that's a rockin' church. I love that church. All right, can you give him a hand? But I want you to tell me about your car. You won the Roxy's Choice because that's better than Best in Show. You know that? If you win Roxy's Choice, you won it, and that's yours. I want you to tell me about your car.
Purple
come on, that's a hot car. How many girls you had in that car? I didn't mean had, but you know.
Probably one.
Yeah? Tell me about that car and where you got it, when you bought it, and how much it cost. And what's the name of that? Pink.
It's like a fuchsia purple. I had it about 5 years. I don't know how much money I got into it, but I know it's a lot.
A lot? What's your address?
1366 North LaSalle.
LaSalle?
Yeah.
Do you know who I am? I wrote a book called The LaSalle Street Murders. Have you ever heard that book?
No.
Don't look at me like that. Well, we're going to get your book. All right. All right, see if you have Roxy's Choice, all right? Are you going to come back to my car show? You can't have my mom.
Okay.
All right. Give me a hug. We're going to see you next year. We're going to come back here in the spring. We're going to have another show, right? Because this is the place to be. All right. Are you glad you came today? Did you meet these guys out here? They're your new family.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks for coming. Pardon? You know, they're fighting because I think there might have been some cheating going on around here. Come on, Bob.
I saw some cheating going on.
Yeah, I think so. Bob? Might as well come get your trophy now. Bob has, talk about taking a car for a ride. I want to ride in that Chevy, and I mean it. I'm going to hold you to that. I want to ride, I want you to take me around 465 in that car. There's your top 20. But you had a contest of who could guess who drove who drove the black 55 Chevy in the movie American Graffiti. Who guessed it? Brian guessed it, and our videographer guessed it, so you guys get to, he paid for the prize, so you guys get to split the money. I think that'll buy a Crave pack of White Castles, all right? So Bob, you won top 20, won the top 20. Can you give him a hand, because I love that car? Now, I just want you to know, all of you deserve Best in Show, you really do, and at some point or another, you know, everybody can't win Best in Show, but we try to make it all fair. But the guy running away right now, he's running south. He has just won Best Mopar because Terry has the best Mopar in America. And I mean that. America. I want to know what your wife is doing with all these Best in Show trophies. Did you build a new room in your house just for all the trophies? How does she put up with you?
I don't know.
I don't know. Well, you got a beautiful rock star ride. She's gorgeous.
Thank you.
All right, give him a hand. That green car over there is beautiful. Now, I know you're going to be surprised, Jose, but we have a best motorcycle today, and Jose is one, and I want to take Jose home. Because I think Jose does dishes, doesn't he? Does he do everything? Right. That's for you. Can you give him a hand? That's a beautiful Harley. Anybody who has a Harley is all right. And right? Am I wrong, Terry? Anybody who has a Harley is okay?
Absolutely.
All right, all right. All right, give him a hand.
Anybody that's been in this for 25 years is A-okay.
All right, okay. Thank you, and you're a truck driver too.
Yeah.
Hey, I have a question for you.
Quiet, but you know, go with it. Yeah.
There's some, you know, I write scary books. You don't know me very well, but I write murder mysteries. I ran into a serial killer one time, but what's the funniest thing you've seen being a truck driver of the drivers out there? Not naughty, funny.
The funniest thing, I really can't think of it now.
You haven't seen anybody doing something silly? You know, you can see down in them
I
cars.
see a lot of stuff, but I don't think that'd be good to say in mixed company. You know, no.
What's the fastest that you've had your truck at? Or I'll ask you what I asked all these guys. How fast did you drive your car when you're 16 and that your mom didn't know?
105. She might be watching. Let's see, it'd be, I don't know, probably about 80, but I've had my truck at 110, if that was the question going.
Right. Well, we're so what do you haul? What do you carry in your truck?
Anything between tampons to 8-ton bombs, either way, I'll go to the other side.
That makes me feel safe.
Here lately it's been slot machines.
Really? Awesome. Awesome. Well, thank you. Thank you very much.
Especially at the top down. Yeah.
I need my model. Where did she go?
Get it dusted off.
She ran away. Does anybody want to hand me another top 20? Brian, with a Chrysler convertible, top 20. I see I know you guys so well, I'm calling you by name now. And the young man running away, walking backwards. I need another top 20 trophy for your camouflage Camaro, right? Is that a Camaro? I'm learning my cars. You know, we didn't have one Mustang today. I guess, can somebody hand me a trophy, Brian?
Good, we didn't have no Mustangs.
Has anybody not read any of my books? I give a lot of them away. I wrote a book called Banking with Dillinger. I have the only book in the entire world about John Dillinger's sister. It's been autographed by the sister. If you'd like it, it's been sold on eBay for $150. Would you like to have a book for your mother to wrap up and give to her for Christmas? Impress her? I'll see you later. What about one of these guys? Would your mom like a book? Is she going to read it? You're going to give it to her for Christmas? Autographed by the author? All right, right there. That's yours. Can somebody get that to him? I'm not joking. If I find out that you sold that at a yard sale, I'll be mad. It is? Your first trophy?
Yeah, my car just got done like 2 weeks ago.
Carol's Car Show. Wow.
Appreciate it.
Thank you. Tell us about the Camaro. Why did you camouflage it? Who are you hiding from?
I just figured it's something different. It's a 2014 2SS LS3, pretty much stock except for coder intake, boiler exhaust, muffler delete, 24-inch Savinis. I don't know. I just like the camouflage, something different the city never did.
How old are you?
25.
25. I've got a 21-year-old daughter. You'll never meet her. But your first trophy. So is this your first car show?
No, I went to one like 2 weeks ago. Where do you go?
And the judges just walked right by you?
Yeah, pretty much.
Really? All right. Well, not at Carol's Car Show. You get a book and you get a trophy. All right.
Thank you.
All right. You're going to come back to my car shows now, right? All right. Okay. If you've not won a trophy yet, Bob, did you win one? Mr. Comet, we have one for you. Thank you, Terry. Terry works. Are you retired?
No.
Terry works for the gas company. He keeps us all warm in the winter. That didn't sound good. Has anybody else not won their top 20? Oh, well, you won the James Bond. You already got a trophy. Have you not won a trophy? You know, this is a much smaller crowd that I usually get. Have you won a prize or a trophy? Has everybody won something?
I didn't got his board trophy.
I guess that wraps up our show today.
Hey, Carol, I didn't get a trophy.
Carrie? Do you want to come up here? Anybody like Chevelle's?
Nope. Wow.
No, that car deserves it.
Thank you so much.
Do you know I had 8 people tell me how hot that car is? Because you're going to trade me today. See that black Honda? It's easy to drive, and I'm going to take that Chevelle to church next Sunday, so that means I get that car for 7 days. Can we give this guy a hand for that beautiful, awesome Chevelle? You know why you won? Because of the engine that looks like it's been cleaned with a toothbrush, and that paint. Tell me about your car. And how long have you had it? Haven't you had it forever?
I've had it for 13 years. I've done a frame off on it. It used to be a green. I made it Le Mans blue. I just enjoy my car. I love it.
I like it too. You're going to let Carol drive it, right? Yeah.
Tell you guys, thank you very much for everything, and thank you for inviting me, and it's been a great time.
Did you make some friends today?
Made a lot of new friends.
Good. You guys got his number. Do you like that car? Isn't that awesome, Chevelle? Give him a hand.
Thank you.
You look like you're in shock. You didn't know?
No.
Wow. That's a beautiful car. You guys like it, Chevelle?
Yeah.
It's a beautiful. All right. That's my mom, and that's my dad. And that looks like an owl. It's going to bring you some good luck. You're going to go show that off to your friends? All right, thank you. Give him a hand, and thank you everybody for coming. And did Art leave us?
Art left us.
Did everybody have a good time today?
Yeah.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
And if you don't mind hanging around for just a minute, I'm going to run out there on these high heels, and I'd like to get a picture of you guys. But should we do like a group shot? I think we should do that. Keith? Keith used to work at TBN. Okay, I want a group picture of everybody. Where's our photographer? We don't have to have 5 cars to have a good time. We can have a good time no matter how many cars, right? Can we all get together? Who's the photographer? What do you want us, this way or that way? Do you want us in the sun?
On the sun would be better.
You want to see him run over?
Yeah, just real quick, that'd be good.
Yeah, you like it? That's my favorite job. I've done 25 of these. That's my favorite one. I've never done orange. Yeah, this is a family album. Please don't get run over.
We'll get on the other side.
Which one of you goes to Eastern Star? You know your pastor? Well, ask anybody. Here, you stand next to this young man. I'm gonna stand by the door.
I want to help you hold it. This is heavy.
Are you glad you came?
Sure am.